which is bad and getting worse, and she joins us again tonight. Thanks a lot for coming back on the show. So,
good to be with you, Tucker.
Since you began the effort to recall the mayor and to get this issue the attention that it deserves, have things gotten any better?
Well, thanks to you and to the media, we've been able to scare $130 million out of the state government and the local government. We've also been able to free up 1,000 units for the disabled homeless people, which is, a lot more than was happening before. But it's really the blind leading the blind in our local government, where they think they can just warehouse homeless people on the streets of Los Angeles and in other cities in California. This is completely unacceptable. And the optics of it are not even half of the story. We're talking about diseases in our streets because of biosolids of human waste, dewatered human waste turning into particulate dust, making all of our citizens ill. This is more than a public health crisis. This is a state of emergency, and the governor of the state of California needs to get off his rocking chair and declare a state of emergency in the state of California over this crisis. This is a serious crisis. We need federal intervention. We need FEMA to come in and do a damage assessment now. This cannot continue. Think the tents away, Tucker. Just think the tents away. You got bodies laying all over the street. What are the optics then? Think the tents away. Just think about that for a second.
So, Mayor Garcetti,
what are we supposed to do with these politicians? They keep going on this merry-go-round with money. We've got Measure Triple H, which was a complete bait and switch. They've run out of money to even build transitional housing for the homeless and supportive housing. They promised wraparound services. The bond measure was a bait and switch. It was language that said one thing and did another, and by law they couldn't do the wraparound services. They knew it. Mayor Garcetti ran on it, and he got reelected on it. Shame on you, Eric Garcetti. Shame on you.
Has he responded to you, Garcetti?
He actually responded to his official recall notice 1 day late. We today, right now, do not have a original signed response from the mayor, and the city clerk's office is trying to compel the committee to recall Mayor Eric Garcetti to add his response, which accuses us of fraud and of being misleading. They're trying to compel us to add that at the bottom of our petition, or else we won't get circulated. This is outrageous. This is complete corruption.
Yeah, it is outrageous.
Complete corruption. This government corruption at its height.
Do you expect the White House, the Trump administration, to get involved in this?
I'm praying. I pray every single day that the President of the United States gets involved in this. He should use his powers under the Supremacy Clause, and he should please, Mr. President, we are asking you, please federally intervene. They are trying to use the people who are living and dying in agony on the streets of Los Angeles as a political football. We do not appreciate that in the city of Los Angeles. Our citizens are a priority in our city, and you got elected to take care of our citizens. You do not have a city without citizens. So we demand that you put them first, or we call on the federal government to intervene and correct this situation before we have rains, before we have raw sewage going into our storm sewers, affecting the ocean life in the wintertime. This cannot continue. The mayor says he doesn't want to do anything for the next 30 days, the next 60 days. They want to sell $13 billion more in bond money, so that they're trying to peddle the End Homelessness Act. It's just complete and total corruption, and we don't want this anymore.
That's obvious.
We want
Alexandra,
all hands on deck, and we want to correct it. Thank you, Tucker.
On your side.